Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's David, aka Dub, with dubstreasurestore.com. Man, it's been a long time since I've come back and been with you folks. Today is Thursday, September 27th,
Yes.
2012. Alright, so we got a lot to cover. Got a lot to introduce you to. I believe also today we're going to do a wide range of topics, so stay with us. And also, this is going to be an introduction to a new guest. Yay! Before we get to the round of complete introductions, I just want to say, at first she was going to be just an associate, but now things have changed, and we want to get your guys' inputs on various things. So we're going to be asking questions, we're going to be asking for your support and your actual interaction with us. So first of all, let's go down through this. I believe I would like to introduce her as her alias that she'll be known as, so you guys can get familiar with her. This is her very first time just turning on the camera. This is her third official day being with me. I've been training her, trying to catch her up to speed really fast. As you guys know, Low Flying Goose, I don't know what happened to him. I think he had some surgery or something. He's taking a medical leave, and I haven't really heard from him. And we haven't split up or anything. We're still affiliated. It's just, I think he's doing his own thing. He's back at school. I'm super busy. I've got a brand new website. Again, I'm going to plug it a few times, but this will be the only time in the beginning. dubstreasurestore.com. Brand new, fully customized website experience there for you guys. And, sorry, I just ate. It's going to be an amazing experience there, and I put a lot of my sweat and my blood into that, and it's been expensive. I put all my funding into that, and there is a whole new range of stuff for you guys to do there, along with my original content and the free resources that we want you guys to use and enjoy it. I mean, because it's free information, it's real, it's us, it's not crap, okay? So the first thing that we want you guys and gals to interact with us, we need y'all's help, okay? She is coming in as a name that we haven't really decided on. So before we give you her name, I know it's like a big build-up. Let's go with, because she's going to be right with me, not under me. She's going to be an equal. Whereas Low Flying Goose started out under me, and now he's doing his own thing with good credibility work. I just don't know if he's doing anything new or not. So we actually registered these domain names, and we're going to start doing all of her online operations as social content for you guys to read. She's got a lot of credibility. I'm not going to go down the whole list, but let's just actually start with the domain names. I'm going to do half of them. She's going to do the last two. Alright, after a lot of debating, it took us 3 days to get here, I decided mythicgirl.com, mythicinfo.com, and also I was going to throw out there something funny for you guys, mythicinfo.info. But it was just going to be a place for useless facts and fun and silly info, but we decided not to do that because I've got so many things going on. I got to keep a tight budget. So we're going to bring you guys real shit first, okay? So mythicgirl.com, mythicinfo.com. Now, oh, you got a pen? Actually, I didn't write the two that she's going to tell you because we just came up with them the last minute. What were they? Go ahead and tell them. We don't even remember our .com names.
Well, this has been the type of day it's been. Mystic Sapphire and
no, Elegant Sapphire.
Yeah, Elegant, not Mystic.
Yeah, elegantsapphire.com. Now remember, these domain names, or the .com names that we're throwing out and such, we just registered them, so we haven't even started building websites for you guys there. So we got mythicgirl.com, mythicinfo.com, and elegantsapphire.com. And then, oh yeah, elegantinfo.com? No. Oh,
I think there was actually only those three.
Yeah, no, elegantsapphire.info also.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't let her introduce. So go ahead and introduce yourself. If you'd like to give them your real name, that's fine. If not, we'll just wait until you get comfortable with my supporters and future followers. But give them the aliases. Let's run down the aliases you wanted to go through. We didn't bring it, so just tell them what you wanted to. And the reason why we're giving you this information like this because we want your guys' help. Give us your suggestions, what you think she should use as her online name. Oh, and before she does, to give you an idea in relation or respect to what her name is, because you can already tell, like elegantsapphire.com might give you a jewelry appraising website or selling costume jewelry and stuff. Well, that's because we are going to, well, she's going to be doing that. I'm going to be setting her up, and like the Mythic info is going to be a whole broad various range of different things, especially again more useful and resourceful information, because we love to bring you guys free information. So on that note, she likes to play Magic, so she's a Magic girl. She's an MTG, Magic the Gathering girl. I'm going to introduce her to Pokemon. She plays video games. She does a bunch of writing. I'm going to teach her to do some frisbee golf. We're going to bring you guys with all of my golf buddies. I'm going to figure out a way to do a document cam on my shoulder or a helmet mounted camera, and you're going to just see us having stupid silly times of us teaching her to play golf, so you can see our training tips are really well in there. So with all of that said, tell them the aliases that you thought of.
Well, there's Elegant Sapphire to match with the elegantsapphire.com.
That's kind of repetitive though, but yeah.
Yeah, but let's see. What's that one? Oh crap.
Mystic Fire?
Yeah, Mystic
That's kind of like a porn name though.
Yeah, I think it's kind of pornish, and so, you know.
We have, I came up with this, Mythic Gal or Mystical Gal.
Yeah. Or
what else do we think of? We thought of, she likes onyx stones because we used to be emo and gothy in high school, so we were trying to be stupid and silly, coming up with oxymoron. We thought of onyx moron, but I don't know. We're throwing these out here because hopefully you guys will comment on our video. By the way, this is our pilot, our first pilot with her in here, and we want to start setting things in stone. We want to bring you the games and stuff. I figured you guys would like a change from a bunch of man boobs to a pretty face. So honestly, give us, if you don't like anything we said, then give us some names we can use for her, please. What would be a good name for a girl that plays Magic or Pokemon, like Gamer Girl? I mean, I'm sure that's probably taken, but we're not going to use that as a .com name. Yeah. It's just how we're going to be introduced, how she's going to be introducing herself every time we come on. And then that's going to segue, I'm going to use this little thing that we're on to segue into the gaming topics. So maybe Gamer Girl, I don't know. Do you have anything else maybe you want to throw out there? Well, while she's thinking, check this out. I had a turn-of-the-century antique perfume bottle that I converted into a lighter. An antique lighter. Alright, so, Gamer Girl, Gamer Gal, I don't know, she's not saying anything.
I'm thinking.
Trading Girl, TCG Girl. We've done this 3 days. We're just brain dead right
It's
now.
aggravating, actually.
Yeah. You know why? Because Dubby, the Dubbies and Dub's Treasure, that didn't come with time. that was already there, because in high school people made fun of me for, you know, my name being David Wise, and that stupid cartoon show, Hey Arthur. Everybody in high school was like, oh, that sister that's in Hey Arthur, her name's DW, and your stupid initials are a girl's initials, or a girl's name, DW. And then when that Volkswagen commercial came out, V-dubs, everyone was like, all right, dub. And then it stuck with me. I don't know. I mainly created because most of the people out of high school and college knew me as Dub and stuff. So it helped. It helped a lot. So I was trying to get her to use something real life. Maybe we'll come back to it. So for right now, I'm just going to tell you her real name. She didn't want me to, but you know what? We've got big balls here at Dub's Treasure. Oh, and also heavenlypups.com. I've got some beautiful, adorable, cutie patootie French bulldogs that will melt your face. And some Maltese that I put on the front page of heavenlypups.com. And I have created this broadcast is all about info. This pilot episode is all about info, introduction rounds, changing up our tactics. We're coming at you more informed. We're coming at you more hardcore, straight to the point, concise, with a new angle on things. We're still going to be doing all the same thing that I've been doing for the last 5 years on all the online operations. And you know, I've been a single man operation for the last 3 years until Low Flying Goose came in. But he's taking a break. I haven't heard from him because he's back in school. I'm going back to school to get a second degree. I've got a cultural anthropology degree, so I'm going to be getting another degree. So I'm super busy, and it's going to be really hard for me to bring more stuff to you. So I've got to get more writers, more cameramen, more webmasters, more graphic designers, just more people. And that's why also, if you would like to try to set up a business relationship with us, contact me individually, because we need help, especially right now, webmasters and website admins and moderators. So let me know if you're interested in that. Contact me at dubstreasurestore@gmail.com or david@dubstreasure.com. So, what were we talking about before I went on that tangent? I'm ranting too much already. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, let's just say this, segue into the games. She is new to Magic the Gathering, but she's familiar of it. Our main topic tonight, this is the pilot of introductions, like I said, and the pilot of maybe 2 new things I'm going to bring to you as a standardization of what I want to do in the operations when it comes to our e-commerce part of our operations, new stuff we want to sell, new stuff that's already available for sale, some new tips. But the main part of our show today, we're going to talk about Dragon Con, because I've been really interested in about Dragon Con. I know nothing about Dragon Con, and she's the Dragon Con expert, and she's got tons of tips and tricks and tactics to having the best experience possible. You went to Dragon Con this year, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, all 5 days.
Oh, damn. See, that's just hardcore. We got a buddy that is I don't know what he is, but he's really good in the drag queen scene. And he's won some like professional makeup artists, and he goes to Dragon Con all the time. He does his own costumes. Yeah, his name's Joseph, and he's like won second or first runner-up in the I think like Georgia, one of the highest Georgia drag queen makeup contests. So
and a really big contest in Dragon Con itself. So
yeah,
you know.
So I've been, I'm thinking about creating a Keyblade and dressing up as one of the people from Kingdom Hearts and going next year with her and a bunch of people. And she was telling me tonight about the camera and camcording policy. So I don't know how it'll work out. You know me, I like to record everything. My life is a reality show. So she's gonna deluge. What is that word? She's going to dive into Dragon Con here in a second. So, the main reason is she's going to be heavily into jewelry, hence the elegantsapphire.com name. She's going to be selling collectibles, not miniatures, but collectibles and other fine antiques. And hopefully one day when we make it not big, but we make it where people actually click the like button or leave us comments on our videos, we want to monetize our videos. We don't monetize our videos now or anymore because we want to bring free stuff to you, and hopefully maybe if you really like our calls, you can help support us by donating so we can keep writing and getting funding to do research and bring you guys more awesome information. Okay, so I'm ranting again. Getting on the point. Main thing why I need y'all's help is because I want you guys to help us identify what kind of Magic deck and what kind of Pokemon deck she should play. So you guys know when you see her face or you hear her name, you automatically know the decks that represent her and her playstyle. So this is why it's important that we figure out this name together. This is a growing process, and that she's gonna probably tell you her playstyle, so you guys can help us figure out what would be a good deck for her. I mean, I am an MTG fan. I've been playing over 10 years, but I'm nowhere near pro. I used to be a professional gamer at RTSs and MMORPGs, but I'm done with that. It's time to grow up. You know, I've been doing all of this stuff. I don't have time to play a life-consuming, soul-sucking game like WoW. But on a lighter note, I did get Guild Wars. I have been making Guild Wars 2 videos on my YouTube channel. I've been revealing really hard vistas to get to. I made a Necromancer close to level 40. Necromancer's awesome. I was a warlock in WoW, so obviously you can tell my playstyle is a bitchy playstyle. But you know, that's how it goes, you know? Alright, so let's talk about the Magic real quick.
Okay.
I showed her how to play Magic. Her first game was last night. She whooped my ass. Like, I held her hand in the first 7 turns, and turns 8, 9, and 10, she stomped me in the ground. She had my Death Fed deck, which is the mulch deck. And what deck was I using?
You're using, actually, I think the mixed deck.
Oh yeah, I was using the Johnny Vengeant Zoo deck. It's, what was it, red, green, and white. Yeah, red, green, and white. And it fires off at turn 4, and I got a bad hand. I wish we recorded that because that would have been a good pilot episode too, your pilot Magic game. And I didn't want to because I thought she was going to be a little uncomfortable, and she ended up raping my face. So, man, that sucks, man, getting your ass kicked by a girl. So, anyways, she doesn't know a lot about Pokemon and Magic, so help us. Your playstyle. She's wearing black. She's got black hair. That's your natural black hair, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe a little bit about her. What I already know, she can tell you. I shouldn't be talking so much. It's my guess, you know, a new. I don't want to say partners because we're not turning my sole proprietorship into a partnership. But she's going to create her own business. So you guys should really support her because she's got a lot of potential. Well, I don't want to say her playstyle is dark. That's too general. But you played a black and green deck.
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you play video games, let's try to do that. When you play video games, what do you like? Especially when you play video games that's got like a single character you focus on. You like to play fast, you like to play hard, or slow. So I mean, out of those creatures you saw, you had a lot of weak creatures that had game manipulating mechanics, and then she whipped out creatures that benefited off of the graveyard mechanic. Their strength and toughness was equal to the amount of creatures in her graveyard, and the Death Fed deck has a lot of spells that benefit off the creatures in your graveyard, like Gnaw to the Bone gives you 2 life for each creature in your graveyard. So she whipped out that, and she whipped out that healing spell, and she had 10 fucking creatures in that graveyard. I mean, it got to the point to where she was killing me, and then she was healing so much. I mean, I pretty much should have given up. Because what am I going to do when she's at 46 life and I'm at 7 with no creatures, and she's got a crap load of pinging creatures and 3 beefed up creatures. So she hasn't seen enough decks, I guess, to really see, but I guess like what I'm trying to say, basically out of the whole game, you know, I told you, you're a player. The object of the game is to get the 20 life points down to 0. You can do that with creatures, manipulating your creatures. You know, you're a sorcerer, you're a planeswalker, which is basically like a sorcerer or a mage. So, you know, you're casting spells, sorcery spells, quick spells like instants, lightning bolts, lightning balls, lightning bolts, like flame throwing, and throwing out enchantments. You kind of saw your only artifact, the first artifact I used. Well, no, you used an artifact that was an equipment that beefed up your creature.
Yeah.
But there's artifact creatures, you know, and there's the 5 colors of magic. And you saw mine. I had the red, green, and white. You played with green and black. So maybe out of that one game, is there anything you could say that you liked or that you disliked, so that you could help our followers kind of help you figure out maybe what kind of deck you should play? Like, and I introduced her. I ran her through all of my main decks. Was like, pick one. And I told her all these long drawn out stories about the themes of what they do, and she's like, oh my god. But I showed you my discard deck, you played the Death Fed deck, I played the Johnny Vengeance Planeswalker deck, and there was a 4th deck. I don't even remember. There was a 4th deck in there.
Yeah.
Oh! The Vivisection deck. It's black and blue. I can't remember. But anyways, is there any... Go ahead and tell them what you disliked or you liked about the game and in general.
Well, I like that it takes tactic and actually really...
Strategy?
Yeah, strategy, thank you. The strategy of how you play, and I dislike the math, but you know, whatever. That's in everything. But in
the math of 20 health points, or are you talking?
Where I had the 10 creatures and then I had the 1, and it's like, oh my god, how do I figure this out?
She's talking about she had this creature. It wasn't a legendary creature, but it was a rare Skull Crusher.
I don't remember.
Well, I know she had a worm. There's a worm in there that's, you know, its power and toughness are star, each equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. But she also had Bonehorde, which was an artifact equipment that she equipped to a creature that also gave her creature, it beefed up her creature power and toughness equal to the number of creatures in her graveyard. So she had to be keeping up with all of these numbers, and then she had 2 more creatures that had that game mechanic benefit. And she was, so you're saying keeping up with that math was a pain?
Yeah, because I kept on wanting to add it all together. It's like...
Yeah. But then I busted out my counters. I don't know why I was behind. Once I busted out the counters, it was 2 turns before I lost, so it was already over. But yeah, it's all a learning experience.
Yeah.
So you disliked that. Was there anything that you did like? Like, you know, I didn't whip out a lot of creatures with the Johnny Vengeance deck, but little weak 1/1s, but I did play some spells, and you played a healing spell.
Yeah.
You know, I played that spell, Lightning Helix, and I killed your best creature, and I gained 3 life.
Yeah.
And I played another spell that was that Naya Charm that gave me 3 choices. It gave me a choice to either kill your creature or bring one of my creatures back to the graveyard. Oh yeah, the 4th deck was the Graveborn deck. And I was trying to show her how my favorite, because I used to be an emo kid, was collecting black cards. Because they used to be, back in the day, in vanilla Magic, where it was actually hard to get a good collection of black cards, and especially make a solid mono black deck. So most of all of the decks I showed her were all either mono black or had black in them, except the Johnny Vengeance deck. And the Graveborn deck was an animator deck, a reanimator deck. The Death Fed deck was all about death in the graveyard deck. My discard deck is all about sending your hand to the graveyard. And the Johnny Vengeance deck pulled a little bit out of the graveyard. So yeah, you know, I'm like, ooh, I used to be emo. I want to bring creatures back to the graveyard. I'm so cool. So anyways, I like that. But Okay, how about this to help them? Because most of these Magic supporters that follow us are really good when it comes to card names and strategies. Do you like creatures that, would you rather have like a bunch of little elves, a bunch of little crappy elves that's a ton of them, and it's like, here's my million little elves that are gonna ping you to death? Or would you like to have big beefed up creatures, like 3 big creatures or 2 big creatures that are like one push button in-game winner button?
That's a good question.
Okay, or since that might be a little bit too hard, how about this? At the end of the Death Fed deck, when the game was over, but it was her last turn, I gave her, she had a, I wasn't quite dead, I was at 1 or 2 life.
Yeah.
And she had 2 cards in her hand, and it was overkill, and I was trying to let her have fun because I saw she was getting frustrated. It was a card, it was a sorcery spell card that gave her gave her creatures, spider creature tokens that were 1/2s, depending on how many creatures were in her graveyard, and at that point she had 11. So if she played that, I was showing her that, and she already had 6 creatures on the field. So if she played that sorcery spell, it would create 11 1/2 spider creature tokens so that she could hit me. Well, they had so many sickness, so the next turn she could hit me with like 18 creatures and overkill me in a -30. Or either she could attach the Bone Horde to her most powerful creature, I think, and it would be like an 18/18 creature, so that like 1 creature would rape my face. So maybe did that kind of help?
Yeah.
For you to tell them?
Yeah, I like the idea of all the little spiders running around, so.
So see,
Yeah.
I think she's more of a girl of about numbers, mass, and where I'm a person that likes to set up a combo and have one thing that ends the game. Like, set up 4 Megrams and then do like a mass discard, like one discard card that is a mass discard, like discard your whole hand. So you know that'd be like 5 to 7 cards in your hand, and have 4 Megrams. Megram is you take 2 damage for each card discarded. So if you got 4, that stacks. So that would be 2 times 4, that'd be 8 damage per card discarded. 8 times 5, that'd be 40 damage, and your whole hand is discarded. That'd be game. So I like to do shit like that. Maybe like when it comes to Pokemon for her, we haven't even gotten there. I was trying to just see like if she knew anything about Pokemon. If she ever heard of Mewtwo, or would she like to play that pussy Pikachu, or play like maybe a Charizard deck, or I'm just trying to figure her play style so you guys can help us, especially me, get the cards out of my collection and the cards that I need to make her a solid deck, so you guys can see her growth and play progression. And if you do, can one of you guys like send me or help me give a card list, or just give me a name of a famous deck? I'm pretty well knowledgeable about certain things like that. I can find a deck list if I don't know it. Anything else about Magic specifically?
No.
Alright, 2 more things about Magic and we're moving on. I dropped my cell phone and it's messed up bad, but I've had 2 people ask me about the apps that I've used in my phone. First of all, there is this app that I just recently got